grandpa was retiring and you didn't know
he was in his 70s, mid-70s, maybe later, and he was talking about retiring several times, and I was thinking, what is this man going to do? He doesn't play golf, he doesn't play cards, you hear? What is he going to do? So one night we were sitting here, and I said to him, when you retire, what would you like to do? What would you do? He said, I would like to go back to school. He only went to 8th grade.
Why?
His father died when he was not 14 yet. He went 1 month to high school, and they took him out of school, his brothers and sisters, the good ones, not his mother, and put him to work. And he had to go nights for a certain length of time if he ever went. But stupid he wasn't, and he read and did whatever, he knew how to. As a matter of fact, he worked for a slaughterhouse. He did their bookkeeping. I don't know how, because he didn't even know how to do my checkbook, but whatever. They did whatever they told him to do. See, they wanted to go back to school. And I had been reading in the paper that Kingsborough, which is a college down here, not too far from here, you could get the GEDs there. Not get them. You could take a test till you qualified for the GED, and then you could take courses at Kingsborough. And it was freezing weather. It was so cold. We couldn't even take the car because it was ice. So we took the bus down, and then we had to walk from the bus. So we went in this room, and they gave all the people there, whenever they got around to it, papers to fill out to show how much education they had. And then they gave them another paper, was like a test to see if they could understand what they're reading, if they were literate. And I don't know if it had math, and maybe it had a little math also. And then one of the people who was in charge came around, took a look at Daddy's paper, and says, oh, you don't need any remedial. Well, of course he didn't, But a lot of them need remedial work. My cleaning lady, she's doing remedial now. She's from San Salvador. And he said that, he should just keep, doing whatever he's doing, and when they give him the next GED exam, he should take it. And of course, he took it at Sheepshead Bay High, which where your mother went. And I walked him over there, as a matter of fact, and it took a few hours. And of course, he passed everything. There was no problem. Didn't have to worry about that. And they said he could take a course for the spring term. He could start then, but he was still working. So we figured he'd take one course, leave work at 5 o'clock instead of 6 or 7, and take the one course. And just before it started the term, he got a notice that the class was canceled. So we had to come another one. So I said to him, you go to work, I'll go to the college and I'll get a course for you. So I left the house at 8 o'clock in the morning. And I took the bus down to the college. And then they told me where I had to go, which building to go to. It's a very nice college. And there was a big room, and they gave you instructions where to go next. I think where to go next was a big auditorium. And there they gave you other things, where to go for this or go for that, whatever you needed help with. And so I went looking. I had to wait. Wherever you go, you have to wait. And it took hours and hours. And finally, I got to the place, which must have been about 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And there's where I had to show the credentials that he passed the GED and he has permission to take a course. And they finally called me. You had to wait till they call your name. And I explained to this woman who was there that he had this course and it was canceled, and I want to get him into another subject. And so she says, well, you choose something. You go in this next room and you choose something. So I said to her, you know what, would you do me a favor? I'm so tired. I says, I don't think I move another step. I said, would you please pick out a course for me? And she picked out the sociology course. And he loved it. And he loved the professor. She was a black lady. She was so nice. All the time that he went to school, when they met each other, they kissed. This is the truth. That's how much they loved each other. And he got an A in that course. So it gave him a good start. But then he had to take remedial math, because he never took algebra. He couldn't understand how I could do it and he can't do it.
I want you to get together. 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 Put your hands together one time. I want you to get together. I want you to get together.